Hi folks, welcome to my Bit Retro Journal. This is Thanksgiving weekend, which usually means spending time with family. So I'm taking a small break to do a little bit of, retro fun. A few years ago I did a video on using an antenna signal booster and flipping it around and turning it into a mini transmitter and transmitting my QL signals to a TV. And I have it set up again, although couldn't quite get the same quality this time as I did last time, so a few things have changed since then. So what I'm actually doing presently is boosting the signal by having two in sequence to improve it. Now I don't know how that might work because I know that to double the power of a transmitter you have to give it 4 times more power. But here I'm actually feeding one into the other, so at minimum I'm doubling it, but I'm also distorting the signal because it's not actually giving me that much better picture. But what I want to try is that picture on my TV card, and then also I want to see if the Amiga, so this is the TV card that's universal, it also does PAL, and then I want to see if I can send my Amiga's PAL signal using the same US transmitter signal boosters. If it's just transmitting a boosted signal, it doesn't matter if it's PAL or NTSC. And so that's what I want to try today. But let me show you first my setup so you can see it, okay? Okay, you can see here on the floor, on my computer I've got a cable and it runs all the way in the back and then on the floor, and I've got 2 signal boosters. I'll show you what they look like. And they're on one power brick. They only take about 100 milliamps. And then that signal goes to the QL. And that's the picture you get with the QL. So given that signal, so this antenna right here is actually the antenna for the USB stick. And so I want to see what kind of signal I can get on this. So I'm going to put the camera back on, and then I'll just set up to mostly show the, I'll have this TV on most of the time, but I want to really show what the signal on the computer looks like with the TV stick. Alright, so let me do that. Alright, so I had to reposition myself, or reposition the camera because sitting in the chair made the picture go bad. So I have a pretty good picture. The antenna is still kind of a similar distance. Let me start off the Honest Tech, which goes through this system. And you can see that it's not as good a picture. And I've played with this. I could try to get the antenna closer, but you still have that flashing, so it gets better, but not quite. So just to be clear, what I'm using here are these signal boosters by one. Make sure it's in the picture. And this side right here is the thing that would go to the TV, and this thing goes to the antenna. And what I'm actually doing is flipping it around. So the antenna gets hooked to the QL, and the TV side gets hooked to the antenna. And that turns it into a transmitter. And I've got 2 in sequence. And yeah, it doesn't give me a great picture. On that one it does, but so this stick, it didn't give a good picture, or at least not a steady picture when I had it straight plugged in. So I knew this was going to be a problem, but I was hoping at least a little crisper. So what I want to do, and by the way, I tried to put a third one on, and at one point the signal just gets more distorted when you have it. So this isn't quite the same as adding more power. I think it's like a photocopy. Like you put 3 in sequence and the picture starts getting kind of really crappy. So 2 in sequence gets you an improvement, not a big improvement, but again, I think the power formula, if you have a transmitter and you put 4 times more power in, it gives you twice the distance. And I don't think putting 2 in sequence doubles the power. It just increases, and it may. I mean, it takes a signal and increases that, but I think it adds more noise to it because it's going through two of them. So I'm not sure how good it is. Obviously, on the supersonic TV, you get a pretty decent picture, but on this universal stick, you don't. And so I'm curious to see if these by one, which are made in the US, and they actually plug into a square antenna. It's a digital, it's actually, interesting enough, it's for digital antennas, but I don't think that matters. I think the other problem is, of course, is this is such a weird small antenna, and I don't have one that's bigger. And again, if I hold it, I certainly can. The signal improves a little bit, but again, the flashing doesn't go away. Now, if you recall, when I had my Amiga hooked up, the picture was really good. So I'm wondering if a better. I was talking to some folks that have some knowledge in this, and one of the things they said is that the signal itself in the QL might be too strong, and that's what's causing it when you hook it directly to this receiver that you get a crappy picture. So, and it doesn't make much sense to me, but if I have a strong signal and then I'm boosting it with this, maybe it just, it gets washed out. But I want to try to do the Amiga 600 with a PAL signal and then try to get this on the PAL, right? So that's the next thing I want to do. So let me go back and set that up, and then we'll see how it does. All right, I got the Amiga set up. Trying to get it into the picture is kind of difficult, but I got it kind of. So I ran the wire still the same as I did for the QL, and my antenna is still over here. And so I'm going to move this antenna back to the middle where I had it. Right here. Maybe what I'll do is I can move the antenna. Well, I don't know, the power supply might add interference, so I'll leave it here. I want to have it somewhere in sight. I can't really see it. Yeah, well, it's right here in front of the keyboard. Unfortunately, I'm trying to keep it away from the power supply because it might be, because it's actually magnetic, so I could put it right there. But I'm afraid the power supply might add noise, so I'll leave it right in front of the Amiga. Give the same distance. So let me turn the Amiga on. Here it is. All right. So we don't see anything because I don't have it turned on, or I don't have it plugged into a monitor or anything. And let's start up the Honest Tech. And of course, it's not going to find anything because it's got to go to, I think I did Germany. I didn't, oh, there's Germany. I didn't set it up. And I believe it was 36. And then I had to adjust this. Yeah. There we go. It's not bad. And then I think here I had to go under video settings. I mean, do PAL D. Was it PAL D or? Yep, it's a red cursor. Hey, that's not a. So, well, first of all, it works. Can you see the picture? Yeah, it actually works. Let me see if I can improve the picture. Yeah, that's not bad at all. So I'm just moving the antenna around. Still. Yep, it's still about. It's a little closer than the QL was, but it's a much better, more stable picture. Again, I think this RF, I'm also putting my hands on the antenna, which causes me to be more of an antenna. In fact, if I touch this, it doesn't really improve the picture. But, oops. Moving it all the way around to see what you get. So this is about this is 2 feet away. But yeah, so I guess the signal boosters just boost the signal. It doesn't really matter. Again, if I put the antenna down, let me just put it down someplace where it's actually not bad. Yep. I have it on the filing cabinet. I actually moved the filing cabinet back. So this is, I'd have to move this. Yeah, so this, oh, that gets bad really fast. Look at that. That's funny. So there's a, so this is about 3 feet. Move it to 4 feet and, well, and you almost lose the signal. So that, yeah, so the distance matters. That's a nice picture. Yeah, transmitting the RF PAL signal in the US. So again, this TV stick works exactly for what I wanted it for, which was to use it for PAL, because I can use this TV for RF. Am I pointing to it? Yeah. But, and if we want, now you aren't going to be able to see this fully, but yeah. I can make the whole screen that. But the bottom doesn't go away, so let's leave it at that. Yeah, let's, and if I touch the, it gets even better. But right now it's actually a pretty good signal. And, I mean, the funny thing is the signal isn't actually any worse than when I had it. Originally I'd hooked it up to my SCART TV without a Belling Lee adapter to sub-miniature A, and it had a lot of interference. This is actually just as good. Let's see. Oh yeah, as soon as I get in the way of it, if my hand's in the way, or my elbow. If I stay out of the way, oh wow, that's a really good picture. Let's see what, let's try Lemmings. It is blue. Oh yeah, so maybe, oh again, I'm using the wrong, two mice here. So maybe if I go under here and video settings and give them a bit more color. Yeah, it's a nice blue. Look at that. That's a little better. Oh, let's see what it looks like under games. I know I'm gonna try both Lemmings this time, but I'll do the demo first because it's got really nice reds and greens, which I think helps you sort of figure out if the signal is good or bad. I mean, I have to say this picture is actually better than when I had it hooked to the originally had it hooked to the Samsung TV without the Belling Lee converter. Yeah, that's beautiful. Look at that. Over the air, a yard away so far, but really stable picture. Yeah, there's Lemmings. Look at that. So that's really cool to be able to do. And again, this is actually just, I know you can't see this, but this is a really small antenna. So imagine if I had a larger antenna. This antenna, by the way, came not with that particular converter, but with one from UK that was for digital TV. And so I just, since it had a Belling Lee on the end of it, I could just plug it straight into that. So, and the transmitting antenna actually came from that US stick that I use. It's behind the, I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me see. That ASTC stick actually came with the other antenna. So that's how I'm press mouse. Okay, well. It's not so good. Can we make it better? Yeah, so the darks, just like in the other, the darks really get, well, okay, maybe we can brighten it up. Certainly. I mean, it's almost like, I mean, again, I know this sounds silly, but what I like about analog TV is that you, settings do matter. You know, this reminds me of a kid trying to get a TV station that was too far away. Okay, maybe contrast. Maybe keep that at 50. But you know, you could really play with the TV signal. Oh, I think I'm losing folks. To try to get a TV signal in from. Let's put a stopper in. Oh, there we go. And yeah, so this is not as crisp. And again, put my hand on there. Does it get crisper? No, so there, but it's definitely grainy. But yeah, there's a little bit of a charm. I mean, I guess maybe because today we can circumvent that by going to the internet or using a digital TV. With digital TV, what happens is the picture sort of pixelates and then you get a freeze frame, whereas with analog, you got a continuous picture, but sometimes it would phase in or out. What else can I do here? Oh yeah, video settings. I don't think there's anything. I have hue. I don't think that matters. Brightness and saturation. Just gives it more color. But I think that's not a bad picture. What does it look like if I maximize it? So, yeah, you see all of the flaws on it. But yeah, so let's. How do I get out of it? That way, can I? Right button. That was the right button. Is it going to give me the menu, or should I just? How do you exit? Oh, there's a way to exit in, I forget what it was. There's a way to exit in WHD load, and I'm just not an expert at it. So let's do it again. I mean, yeah, we're getting Amiga over there, but just cool that, you know, I guess radio frequency is radio frequency. I'm not an expert at it, but I guess it makes sense. It's sending a different signal over the airwaves, and so a signal booster ought to do exactly that. Signal boost whatever you're sending over the airwaves. Expansion. Games. Let's do a Lemmings holiday since it is Thanksgiving today. It's a memory thing. Yeah. And so sometimes what you have to do is just reboot it. It's frustrating. Maybe that's why I always do the other one. Definitely you see all the... see, now it gets really clear. Is it my hand in the way? Yeah. Maybe I want to touch the antenna again. That's a pretty good picture. But I think it also matters what you have in the background. I forgot that there's also sharpness. Can I play with sharpness? I think it's under video settings. You click this, that, and then you can increase sharpness to maybe 150. Does that help the picture? I don't know because you have, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think it does. Okay, that's the RAM disk. I'm trying to control my body to be out of the way, but let's see if we can have a holiday, but it's not Thanksgiving, it's sort of a Christmas. Come on, boot up. Why is it doing that? I don't have anything special set up in there. Oh, I know one thing is maybe if I I have a disc in there so that it doesn't do the annoying noise. Maybe that's what's causing the issue. So I got it up. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. WHD load. This is obviously an unexpanded machine, so it only has 1 megabyte of memory. And so what I had to do is the disk wasn't the issue, but I had to close the previous windows and only keep the game Holiday Lemmings window open, clicked it. It finally worked. So I don't know why. That's, again, if you know anything about WHD load, that would be great. But here we go. This is going to have more blues in it than reds, if I remember, because it has a sort of a snow scene. So blue and white. So I think that would be good. And again, I'm trying to get out of the way here. Press mouse to begin. Yeah, here goes. So yeah, so that's not a bad picture. It's definitely playable. Where's do we have? What do we got? Blocker. Don't really need a blocker. Yeah. Okay. I don't want a blocker. Can you choose something else? Yeah. Let's get him. Let's have them destroy each other. Boom. There he goes. Uh-oh. And they're all dead. Yeah. They have a bridge builder, so you could... I don't think I've tried solving this one. Oh, and they're already... There's my last guy. Let's wait till he gives you the old shrug shoulders. I love that part of Lemmings. There he goes. There you go. And then turn him into a climber. Oh, you've got... Yep. I don't know. I mean, you get a lot. You don't get many Lemmings, but you get... let's see what this thing does. Oh, that was bad. All right, I lost this one. But yeah, Christmas Lemmings, so that's kind of fun. I should probably play this since it's not really Christmas, but well, is it Christmas or does it say holiday? It says holiday lemmings, so I guess it could be an early snowfall for. It does have Christmas theme. No, snowman, Christmas tree, yeah. But yeah, I'll wrap it up here. Just wanted to see if I could connect this via antenna. Oh, that's a really good picture now. So you get it in the right place. And again, they're still about a yard away. With only 100 milliamp is what the power requirement for these things is. So with only two of these, 200 milliamps, that's the transmitter. Hopefully I'm not bothering any of my neighbors. Last time I showed this, I showed that it could actually receive signals on a small little portable handheld TV. Again, that's NTSC, this is PAL, so this is the only place I can show it. But still, I think it's pretty cool. In any case, I'm going to end here. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.